Hi, I'm Maybe Burke, and you're watching Makeup for Lost Time. This is my series for trans women and other people who feel like they missed a few classes when it came to learning about makeup. And today we're going to talk about false lashes. False lashes are a definitely optional step in your makeup routine, but I get a lot of questions about how I put mine on, so we're going to dive into that here. To show you examples, I'm going to do two different lashes on either eye. One is going to be a full strip, and one is going to be little individuals so that we can show you how you can kind of construct your own lashes. And I'll walk you step by step through how I do both. And so let's start on my right side with a full strip. Now, I'm only ever going to put these on my top lashes. I'm never going to put false lashes on the bottom lashes. I've only ever seen like drag artists do that. But the first thing I'm going to do when I take a full strip out is place it on my eye loosely to make sure it's gonna fit. I've already cut this one down to size, but sometimes you'll notice that the strip, the full band, is actually longer than the width of your eye. And so if that's the case, you're just gonna take a small little scissor. You can use like the scissors that come in like nail kits. And you're just gonna cut from the outer edge of the lash to make sure it's the right size. Because if you're putting on a lash that's too long for you, it's not gonna fit your eye and it's not gonna wear well. So after we've done that, I like to make sure that my lash is nice and curved and make sure that it's nice and bent. If it's not giving me what I want it to do, I'll kind of press it together like this to make sure that it holds that curve in place, and I'll let it rest like that for a couple of minutes. And then I'm gonna go in with lash glue. And now you can use clear glue or you can use a black glue. I'm using a clear one because I don't have any eyeliner on right now. But usually working with false lashes, I'll definitely at least have a little liner on where the lash is going to sit to help it kind of blend into place. But for demonstration purposes, I'm leaving my lash bare so that you can see what I'm doing. So then I can take a little glue and just lightly coat it onto the band of that lash and just make sure the band is covered with a thin layer of that glue. And then I'm gonna let that dry for about 30 seconds or more because the glue needs to get a little tacky. You don't want to put it straight onto your face while it's still wet. You'll also notice that I'm using tweezers to hold the lash. And there's a couple of different shapes and sizes of tweezers that you can use to help you here. I found that this shape works really well for me. You can use the typical just like straight on tweezers. You can use your fingers. This is what works for me, and I get the best results when I use these. The other thing that I'm going to do is use a compact mirror angled down from my face so that when I look down, I am able to see all of the eyelid space that I'm working with. And then once that glue is a little tacky and less wet, I'm just gonna go on and I'm gonna start by securing it in the center of the eye, placing it on where it needs to be, and then I'm going to go secure the outer corner in place, and then I'm going to come in for the inner corner as well. And so using the tweezer helps me to kind of grab the lash and push it in place, and that's all I'm doing. I'm just making sure I have a hold on it and pushing it into the skin right above my lash line. And then I can also go in and just do some pinching. I like to push it up with my natural lash to make sure they're kind of blending together well. And it's not always exactly perfect. In fact, my center here is a little higher up than I would want it to be. But when you're further away, you barely notice it. And if I had liner on under this, it would be far less noticeable too. Now on my other eye, I'm gonna work with these little individuals. And these are literally just a bunch of little clusters of false lashes that aren't gonna be one strong strip across. And so these ones in particular come with 2 rows of short lashes and 2 rows of medium lashes so that I can actually choose the length, and I'm going to use the longest lashes on the outer corner, and then as I move in towards my nose, we're going to use the shorter ones. And with these, I can just take one off, and these need just the littlest dab of glue. And while that dries, I'm actually going to put on some mascara. Now, I don't normally put on mascara when I'm doing like a very dramatic lash like this. A lot of people will. I personally don't. But wearing mascara with your false lashes helps to kind of marry them together. So when I'm wearing something that looks a little more natural, like it's going to look on this side, it's helpful to start with some mascara to see what we're working with. Now, you know, I like what my lashes look like. I think this natural lash with a little mascara is a cute look. But for certain looks, I'm going to want a little bit more. So same situation here. I'm going to take my compact in front of me, and I'm going to place this cluster right above the outer corner of my eye. So that just adds a little more fullness to the lash and makes it look a little more exciting. I'm just going to add 2 more of this length. And then I'm going to switch to the short ones because I'm not actually planning to get all the way across my eyes with these. I'm going to stop about halfway in. Now, you can take individuals across the whole way. You can also cut some strip lashes to only use on the outer third or outer half of your eyes as well. You can get creative and a little more fun with how you're using your lashes, but the application is essentially the same no matter how you're doing them. Now again, having liner under these will help to camouflage them and help mistakes blend in a little easier. If your placement's not perfect, liner and eyeshadow can definitely help to make it look intentional. And like with all makeup, this is a completely optional step in your routine. Oh, I look ridiculous with the 2 different lashes. But if you wanted to know how to put on false lashes, that's my quick little tutorial for you. Stay tuned for more as we make up for lost time.